This is the tragedy in front of us. A tragedy, absolute tragedy in front of us. Now, there are lots of other issues where you can clearly see documents after documents being put out. And I want to read something very interesting to you. This is actually the Baga Pelabuhan plant. This is a document from the Baga Pelabuhan plant. And you can see, for example, the financial officer does not want to pay. She doesn't want to pay. She says, and I'll read what she says. And she says, telah bertelaga, means had a fight. Telah bertelaga dengan dati musibah, and also pembayaran ini akan melibatkan lembaga Pelabuhan Kelang kehilangan interest yang banyak. Kalau kita pecah FD, because the money is FD, and FD belum matang lagi. Orang bayar mana pun, Datin KSOC mengatakan bahawa dia akan bertanggungjawab bila pertanyaan ini bertimbul. And why? Because they made a $100 million payment to Kuala Lumpur. The financial officer refused to make, but she was pressured to make the payment. And in fact, you also see other comments in the same document that says, please arrange to make payment from FD account if necessary, even if account has not matured. Now, this is a government body, and this is in violation of government rules and regulations. Clear violation of government rules and regulations to break FDs when it is not matured. So, what we really have is people or organizations or interest groups organizing itself. But what we have also in front of us is abuse of power. Because the Ministry of Transport, meaning in this particular case, Chan Kok Choi as well as Tun Ling Yong Sek, had signed 4 letters of support. Between 2003 and 2006, which were used by Kuala Lumpur Sdn Bhd to raise bonds. And they got a AAA. They got a AAA from the Malaysian Rating Corporation Berhad. So you see how crime is organized in this country. I see YB William Yong coming here. Please welcome him. I urge you to read the PricewaterhouseCoopers report. It can be downloaded from various websites because it tells you what actually transpired, and it also gives you a sense of the chronology of events to understand this issue here. But in my mind, what is clear is this is an organized report. This is an organized report involving politicians, namely in this case MCA and UMNO, using appointees like OCPAN to organize their work. And I have also got evidence here to show you that OCPAN together Teng Chupe had signed agreements running into millions of dollars. This is a management team, and only informing the board 14 days after it was signed. 14 days after it was signed. So there are many issues, many violations, abuses of power, gross negligence on the part of bottling authorities, on the part of government officers, on the part of government bodies that were supposed to protect the interests of the people. This did not happen. And therefore, my friends, we cannot let this go away. The government wants to wash its hands. And in fact, the strategy the government is using is to privatize the problem. What Najib is telling MCA is, hey MCA, this is your baby. You created the mess here. Now you solve the mess. But my friends, the Prime Minister of Malaysia today is not Ong Di Kiat. The Prime Minister of Malaysia is Najib. And therefore, Najib has to be responsible to explain to the Malaysian public how this project worth $400 million, 400 million ringgit, can balloon can balloon up to now a potential $12.5 billion liability. It has to explain. He cannot keep on saying that this is an NCA project. PKFZ can explain this, because PKFZ cannot explain this. He came to Parliament. He came to Parliament last week on Tuesday and made a ministerial statement. A ministerial statement of no more than 8 minutes. A ministerial statement of no more than 8 minutes. 8 minutes, that's his ministerial statement. In fact, I brought my books all ready to write down my notes, and before I started, he stopped. Yeah, 8 minutes. 8 minutes, that's all. And this is not a ministerial statement, because all he's saying is that the PricewaterhouseCoopers has done a study. My friends, if you look at the preamble of the PricewaterhouseCoopers study, it says that their scope is not to look or inquire about the wrongdoings. That is not their work. So therefore, they are now saying our work is more financial, our work is just to look at the chronology of events, to give. And also they tell you in the preamble, don't draw conclusions on this report. That's what I can't understand. You write a report, but they tell you don't conclude anything from the report. I mean, it makes no sense. But for us, we have to know who the wrongdoers were. They were willfully doing this. How can you break government laws? There are regulations that are clearly stipulated, which I talked about, which were broken. Oh, daylight broken. It was broken. And there were other things corruption was involved. Also, we can't let this go away. We can't let this go away, because I see very young children here, and they too will have to pay for this. They too will have to pay for this, and that means Malaysians will have less schools, Malaysians will have less health care, and so on and so forth, because 5 or 6 guys have ripped off the state and the people of this country to a tune of millions and millions and millions of dollars. Now, I haven't told you who is the owner of Kuala Dimensi and Wijaya Global Sinar Berhad. He is the Member of Parliament for Bintulu. He's a Member of Parliament for Bintulu, and he's also the Chairman of the Backbenchers Club in Malaysian Parliament. So, this is very clear. This is an organized crime that is going on here. We have to stop it. We cannot allow this crime to be perpetrated, and we have to bring the wrongdoers to court, bring them to court. If necessary, my proposal, my initial statement was suspend their bank accounts and confiscate the money back. Because this is not $10, this is not $20, but it's running into billions of dollars, billions of dollars. So my friends, with that, I will stop here. But just to note that this saga has not stopped. Government of Malaysia must take responsibility for this, but they will not. They will all wash their hands. But you have a responsibility. We have a responsibility to ensure that the government brings to book those guys who committed crime in the context of the Portland Free Zone, so that in future these crimes don't take place at all. Because we have to have a corrupt-free society. We need to promote transparency, good governance, and accountability. Because of what they are doing today, lots of people will not be able to go to school or to enjoy health care in the country. And this is something we should not stomach. This should not come. Therefore, with that, thank you very much, and thanks for your attention.